Welcome back to Schrodinger's COVID. What the hell are you doing?
Dancing.
Just stand still for like 2 seconds. Look how goddamn ugly that sprite is. Somebody at Nintendo drew that.
Someone drew this.
Way to completely derail me starting the episode.
You're welcome. Someone drew this ugliness.
So, Amarith, you have or you don't have a very contagious pandemic-y disease right now. We don't know.
And we've been in quarantine since.
Yeah. So just someone at your work got the COVID somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
By doing who knows what.
Yeah, we don't know if they were doing something risky or they just lived with somebody who happened to get it, because it sounds like they live in a house full of people that also work in food and stuff. So
yeah, so they could have gotten it from anywhere.
Yeah, my first thought was like, oh, they were being irresponsible because, like, you know, like you wear your mask, you don't go out too much, you're not going to get it. But like, if you live in the house with somebody who's, you know, transmissive, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like you guys. Like, if I have it, you guys are fucked and you have it.
Well, it depends, right? Because
probably. Because,
okay, this is some stupid guy on the internet. I'm gonna qualify that every time I talk about stuff that I don't really know everything about.
Right.
Oh, hang on, we gotta read. It's nice that they give you the map and they tell you about stuff. Okay, you need to download data for the ice missile upgrade, but as you might expect, wait. That's right, I was doing a voice. As you might expect, the data room here is secured. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download data as usual. And experiment with these new missiles. They will be helpful. Is your objective clear? Yeah.
No.
No, don't do that. You know what to do. Go. I liked in. Have you ever kept saying no in an older game like Link to the Past?
No.
If you keep saying no, eventually he'll just be like, they'll just give you like 2 sentences, like, just go here next. It's pretty funny.
Shit.
Yeah. But, oh man, that sprite is so ugly. Yeah, so we don't know. We've been stuck in our house. I had to miss a bitchin' birthday party that was gonna have fewer than 10 people at it, but still was going to be bitching nonetheless. Because, well, the day or 2 days before the party, you got told, hey, the guy has COVID, you need to go get tested. And you were responsible and said, yes, let's do that. And I'm like, well, I cannot responsibly go anywhere out of this house.
Because
we don't know.
Results.
Yeah. Like, that would I could not live with myself if, you know, eventually down the line someone got seriously injured or hurt, you know.
Because of you.
Yeah, because I went to this party and it turned out I had it and I was transmissive at the moment.
Because that's
so yeah, we're stuck at home. We're getting creative on food.
Really creative.
The fridge and the freezer are getting very empty. All our dry goods are going. Yeah, I had stovetop stuffing for dinner and nothing else last night. It was
because I offered to make you like pasta and you're like, no, I want stovetop.
Well, I didn't realize that it was gonna be. I didn't realize I was gonna be eating it on my own. I thought I was saying like we should share that and eat like something else small. But
but the only thing you said was I want stovetop. So that means, okay, I'm making stovetop, and that's it.
All right. I promised a conversation on this very episode to our friend Alan H., who is back. I think we mentioned he's back and commenting.
Yes.
What do you... There's a way to, like, beat those guys now, right? Or can you just absorb them now?
I can just absorb them.
Okay. Because I was doing my practicing for you know, a Link to the Past randomizer. Tournament. And he just, you know... Popped up and he's like, hey, I'm sorry I left that salty message on your channel, because it was about, like, we were talking about gun control or guns or something. I don't remember exactly what we had said. Maybe I should have gone back and figure out the exact... Yeah, that would have been good homework for me to do, huh? If I was going to bring that up today.
Who
maybe.
Thought?
Yeah. See how professional... Well, we're not professional. We don't make money off of this. We pay for this. In fact, we got a comment a couple days ago. The guy's like, thanks for not putting... It's one of our new frequent commenters. He said, thanks for not putting ads on this. And I'm like, yeah,
right.
Yeah, we totally voluntarily don't have ads on the channel. It's totally not that we can't be monetized. Because look, like, I can never be mad at a YouTube channel with ads on it because it costs money to create anything. This costs us money. It costs us electricity.
Costs us
we have an entire room in our house devoted to it. Like, this is a hobby that we sink a lot of money into it. And if that hobby could be free, that would be great. And if it meant you had to watch a 5-second ad or a 30-second ad every 2 videos, I would very much appreciate you sitting through that ad.
Or, you know, paying $5 a month to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube Red is great, and it's a way better way to support creators. We use it because we just don't want ads. We don't want to deal with trying to get ad blockers to work on all of our computers and phones.
Also, it's nice to just be able to listen to music on your phone and
minimize it. Yeah. Well, I mean, they used to have that for free, and then they took it away to make it a YouTube Red feature. But yeah, you get it. This stuff has to be monetized somehow, and my preference is direct, payment, like YouTube Red is, versus the ads. Because ads suck. It's just a way to pay for things, and when we can turn on that money machine, we absolutely 100% will. There's no bones about it. It will happen someday, maybe.
Probably
not really, because right now our watch time is like a quarter of the way there. We're not very close. We're not putting up as many ads, so we're not getting as many random new views. Anyway, so yeah, I promised this thing to talk about.
Yeah, get on talking about it.
When people talk politics, they often talk in very oversimplified terms, and I think that's not always necessarily a bad thing. When I say we need gun control, and I say it vaguely like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have a very simple take on it. It just means I only have a bumper sticker's worth of time, a tweet's worth of time to say my opinion on it. My actual, if John the Branch is writing the gun laws in America, they're basically like a state-by-state version of... Maybe I bet we need ice or something to get there. I don't know. What happens if you kill that...
We haven't been able to get to ice.
What happens if... Oh, okay. Well, there's got to be another way into there, right? Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe we should have gone in one of the other doors at the beginning of the area. We'll see.
I'll try this one more time. Maybe I just got to be really...
I doubt it. I think you might have to kill that brain thing and it might add a platform. No. Okay, anyway. So yeah. So when... here's the example. We'll come back to gun control, but a great example is something like Black Lives Matter. The phrase Black Lives Matter is in itself a bumper sticker that should have one more word to it, right? It should be Black Lives Matter 2. Black Lives Matter as well. Can you bomb the floor? Oh, okay. But Black Lives Matter 2 just isn't as punchy and doesn't get people's attention. If the slogan had been Black Lives Matter 2, it never would have gotten national headlines. So there's this unfortunate thing where sometimes your rhetoric has to be...
extreme.
Not just extreme, but it has to be less informative than it should be.
To make people look into it.
Yeah, and it's really frustrating. Because I used to get really offensive when I would hear stuff about, white privilege and stuff like that. Because, you and me, well, you mostly grew up extremely poor. I entirely grew up extremely poor. When somebody talks about oh, cool, we can open the yellow doors now. You got the yellow key card, Amarith.
Yay.
Yeah.
I got the yellow power up.
I did not grow up with a lot of the, I did grow up with some white privileges, right? A cop is not going to go to killing me as fast as they are someone with darker skin. There are some things where I am privileged over another person of the same same economic class, but a slightly different, ethnic background, or even a disability that I don't have, right? Plenty of people go through lives with disabilities worse than being autistic, Yeah. Especially as mildly autistic as I am. But yeah, it does suck, and it does really chafe when you hear people talk about, when they say white people do this, and you're like, but I'm a white person and I don't do that. The thing you have to remember is, that person also knows you don't do that. That person using those words, because I've done it. I've used those in precise terms. I remember one time complaining about trust fund kids, and my sister-in-law getting really upset because her husband had a trust fund. And I'm like, yeah, but your husband had a trust fund of 6 figures and didn't grow up in abject luxury. He was well off, but it was he also had a very broken home. It's I'm not talking about you. It's the song "You're So Vain." I bet you think the song is about you, but it should have had "but" in parentheses, but it's not. Don't worry.
I've not heard the song,
and that's kind of what I want to say to Alan. I didn't say it as precisely because I was literally doing a speed run of A Link to the Past randomizer at the moment.
You were in the middle
talking
of something.
to him, so I think we can find a way to that. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to get through those things. But yeah, when those people say those words and it doesn't, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not like that. Chances are they know you're not like that. And they just don't have the time in their message to carve that exception out. And their rhetoric is less effective if they do, because now the actual racists, the actual Nazis are going to assume like, oh, see, he's giving me a pass too, if that makes sense. Do we have spring ball?
Yes.
I was gonna say spring ball. Oh, I bet we can spring ball up to that thing. Whatever, you're figuring it out.
Well, I also want to go back to that down route real quick.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I can't go back there.
Cool. I hope I said that clearly enough. Did it feel like I completed the thought?
I think so. I still want to understand the whole thing with like the gun laws thing that like.
Oh yeah.
Because you
so
never
John the
touched
Branch
on it.
is so here's how Australia's gun laws work. If it's going to be kind of imprecise and incorrect because it's been a while since I've read up on them. But oh, hey, it's the room named after our cat yet again.
Yep.
Yay! We can. Okay, so our missiles now freeze.
Yep.
If John is writing the gun laws in America, they're mostly gonna. It's more like John is going to write the gun laws in your state to tailor to your state, right? Like,
because it depends.
In Idaho, you can pretty much say, okay, no open carry in Boise. You know, what's the county that Boise's in? Gem County. No, or Ida County. Ida County. No. Is it Ida or Gem? Whichever one. You know, no open carry in this county. Everyone else open carry all the fuck you want. Because if you're in a rural part of the United States, it's perfectly normal to carry a gun around. You need it. There might be an animal you have to kill. Oh,
this fucking
those
bullshit
guys
again.
Yeah, there might be an animal you have to shoot. You might like for example, Alan H had a really great example. One time he hit a deer, and well, if you have a gun on you, you can shoot that deer now, and not feel horrible for the rest of the month because at least you put it out of its misery quick, right? Like,
yeah.
When I say he hit a deer, I don't mean with his hands. He hit a deer with his car because it jumped out on the road because deer are fucking stupid.
Not like he was like wrestling deer and like.
Yeah, it was out in the woods like taking on deer one-on-one. Like, who's next?
One of you fuckers.
Although Alan H, if you do that, I do like that's totally badass. I kind of respect it. So yeah, like things aren't one size fits all. I mean, they are in some like European countries. Yeah, you can be like, yeah, this is a mostly urban area, and like the gun laws are going to be no guns except. And Australia is sort of somewhere in between. Like Australia says, oh, you get that guy to stick up, and then he completes the platform for you. So like Australia is more of a. If you're a farmer, you basically get to have a long gun, either a a
long gun.
Yeah, well, that's what like either a shotgun or a rifle for what you need to do it in.
It's just like it's a strange term to hear.
Because like I grew up shooting guns. I haven't shot a gun since I was a teenager, but I had to become an okay marksman with. Yeah, I had to become proficient with a 22 because that's how you kill ground squirrels efficiently. If you don't. You have to have like more dogs. It's just more expensive. Like, I'm not going to say guns are a necessity in a lot of parts of America, although they are in some. Like, if you've got wolves and bears around and you live out in the sticks, you should probably have one of those. Like, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to get proficient with a bow and arrow, especially because bow and arrows don't make loud boom sounds that scare the animal off before you have to shoot them, right? Like, if wolves show up at your door, you're not allowed to shoot them unless you're in fear for your life. But you can shoot a shot up in the air and scare them all the fuck off just fine. Except now they're learning that, and so now every now and then, like, don't tell anyone I said this, but every now and then you gotta shoot one of them just to make them know, like, actually you can die if you keep fucking with humans.
Yeah, they have to realialize
because they start to figure out, like, wolves are smart. They eventually figure out, like, oh, they never actually shoot us. We can just keep fucking around and doing whatever and get away with impunity. But you know, under John the Branch's rules, and Nevada would be a great one. Let me write my own state's gun law here. It's if you live outside of Clark and what county is Reno in? Washoe. If you live in Clark or Washoe County, no concealed carry outside of like, you know, no open carry outside of populated areas, and you need a license to concealed carry, and you need a reason to have that license. Now, when I say you need a reason, it can be a pretty. It mundane. Doesn't have to be strict. It can just be like, I'm a gun enthusiast, I really like guns, and I have trained. Because that's part of it, is I think you need a licensing procedure. And I do think, like, I have my opinion has been changed on this in the last 5-10 years. I do now think it is a right to own a gun, but that right comes with responsibilities, including a responsibility to your fellow human being, not to, leave your gun unlocked so that some idiot, the first person to break into your house while you're not home gets to steal it, and now there's a loose gun out there. It needs to... You get what I'm saying. You need to be responsible.
Responsibility.
Yeah, you have a duty of responsibility with your gun that does not supersede your right. No, you cannot... it's like, I think we came to a lot of conclusions, or a lot of consensus when I talked to Alan. Like, yeah, we should have federal universal background checks. If you beat your wife, you shouldn't get a gun, even if you do live out in the sticks. That's
the risk you run now
if you're a cop, I mean, maybe we shouldn't let cops have guns except for, like, ones that go through extra training. I don't know. Like, the problem with cops is they just... It turns out the requirements to be a cop... Hang, this is going to have to come out. This is going to have to be, like, the next Politics Branch episode. But yeah, that's... Like, I do have a nuance about it. I don't think every country can just, like, outright ban guns like Japan and the UK, because those are different countries with different things going on. Something tells me we just can't get through there yet.
Yeah, I think we have to go back to Navroom Place.
But yeah, we're gonna do a Politics Branch doubleheader starting next time on the branch. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds good, I guess.
Okay, I know you don't like these.
I mean, they're okay. It's just like
Amarith,
not all the time.
The episode's ending. We gotta go.
But I'm like